Wolverine, a narrative poem based on a story by Waldemar Ager, published in Eau Claire in 1907. The story is Ager's. The rhyme is mine.
The world is full of animals.
The strangest are the tame ones.
The civilized.
The same ones we dominate,
Domesticate,
Incarcerate.
Manipulate.
force to mate,
Castrate.
The ones we claim to own.
once upon a time ago, 50 miles away or so,
There was a farm with livestock. The normal flocks and herds, you know.
Whose lives were awfully good. They thrived in happiness and peace.
till their stressless neighborhood was ravaged by a beast.
a savage Wolverine, so needy, greedy, wild that no animal felt safe, not adult or child.
He left a trail of horror, his defilement well reviled.
In the poultry pen there was grousing, birds were squawking about the gluttonous monster's predatory stalking.
He slayed for his supper both the chick and the hen, and the lamb, ram, and ewe, and every now and again
He'd bury his fangs in the Jersey cow's neck a bit and chase the plow horse just for the heck of it.
So one day, the males called a big meeting to address the distress of the Wolverines eating, a family and friend. The ox stood tall, he was jovial and cajoling.
I'm glad you could attend. Now, to get this ball rolling, I humbly contend that this convention I'm controlling.
What? You're in charge?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Why? 'Cause you're large?
I've got the biggest head.
Oh, that's
That's
Look at that.
true.
I think I have the answer, the fix, the solution. To nix this villain's tricks, we'll need a resolution. Rabbit, write this down. To scare this loathsome fellow, to impair this low-down clown, we only need to bellow like moo!
wow.
Scary.
Wow.
It behooves me to request improvements to my plan, though you've not all been blessed with wit. Speak if you can.
What about the dog?
What about him, Mr. Sheep?
Ram? Isn't that his purpose? To protect us while we sleep? Isn't it his job to keep us safe, to be on guard?
I've only been tasked with keeping calm in the yard. I supervise the cat. I bite the odd stranger. I haven't been asked to save you from all danger.
What a coward!
While you cowered, my ewes were overpowered and my lambs were devoured.
I've chased the Wolverine, as most of you have seen. One day I almost caught him and brought him to his knees, but had to halt my assault.
Whose fault?
Well, all these fleas.
Oh, please, you chicken-hearted mutt.
Hey,
Let's not be unkind.
It's not your underachieving ambition that we mind, but we simply can't believe that in front of we bereaved, you finish off the carcasses the fiend leaves behind.
Grrr. That's a lie. I may occasionally try a little taste, but only so the fresh meat doesn't go to waste. Yum, 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 yum.
Ew. Do I write something down? Has someone made a resolution?
Only this, that the watchdog deserves no absolution.
Now,
I agree.
wait a minute.
I agree.
I've had
Not at
enough
all.
of This is not fair.
Let's have
Just-
order. Keep it to a low roar. You're next, Mr. Rabbit. You now have the floor.
I have always made a habit when I'm frightened, full of dread, to dig a little hole and fill it with my head. It's such a great comfort when I can't see the terrifying creature that's terrifying me. This idea may be harebrained, but for bunnies, it's ideal. We're better off not knowing we're a hoss and pfeffer meal.
That would work for the meek.
Sounds rather comical.
It's perfect for the week.
And quite economical. Add it to the list. Personal security by hiding one's head in holy obscurity.
Mr. Ox,
Mr. Rooster, you have something to say?
I have, dear friends, some wisdom to convey. When you're threatened to be prey, I have always found that it's best if courageously you hold your ground. As way of illustration, let me tell my foul story. The Wolverine came to our coop, and I'm sorry to relate his nest mauling. He ate up half my wives. I was sad and crestfallen by the loss of their lives. But did I run away? Fly the coop? Did I hide?
Yes.
No, I did not. Despite the pultricide, I climbed the highest perch. I didn't disappear, and I screamed at full voice, I am here, I am here. The suggestion I offer, a noise loud and glorious, helps if you are helpless.
Even if you're not victorious?
It bolsters my backbone. It builds my boldness stronger. It keeps my upper lip
Lip?
stiff a little longer.
That's a good one, son, but it's the same as the ox's.
It is not. My idea is very different from the cox's. My bellow strikes terror, while the rooster's scream is simply a scheme to boost self-esteem. Write them
Write
both.
them both.
Mr. Turkey?
A bellow? A scream? Or a bleat or a squeal? I just don't get it. I don't see the appeal of undignified shrieking. When my life gets tough and some evil creature's got a plan to rough up myself or my loved ones, I don't take any guff. I puff up my feathers, and faced with awesome fluff, the enemy flees. But if that's not enough, I have my secret weapon. I startle them away with my magnificent wattle and posterior display.
His what?
His butt.
Oh, nothing strikes fear like the gobbler's rear.
Now the goose, I see you are raising up your hand or raising up your thing.
It's a wing.
Mr. Gander, do you have a comment on what's been said?
Well, just a query, really. Is the Wolverine red?
Huh?
The reason for the question is geese use their discretion to limit their aggression to things that are red.
Huh?
It's how we're bred.
So you'll only go to war with a crimson foe?
Here, let me demonstrate some math that I know. It's called transitive law, and with it I will show that opposing Wolverines is most apropos.
Okay, so go.
If red is the color of things you detest, and the Wolverines professed to be your most hated pest, then it follows that he's red.
Red.
Wow, I'm impressed. I'll speak with the gaggle. We'll do what is right. We'll fight with all our beaks and we'll fight with all our might. Oh, my passion's ignited. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I confess, I'm so delighted that my skin is goosebumped.
Ho hum, are you done? Are you through with this to-do?
Mr. Horse, of course we'd love to hear from you.
I suggest that because this creature is so hated, the details of his failings have been exaggerated. You overstate his flaws. He's not that ugly, not that vicious. These pernicious horror stories, I'm sure, are all fictitious.
Now, wait a minute, Horse. I seem to recall that the primary reason you won't leave your stall is that the Wolverine chased you all around the fields. He was clawing at your flanks and gnawing at your heels.
I don't remember that and refuse to debate such obvious untruths. Oh my, it's getting late. I think it's time to adjourn. Now please go away.
I guess we're able to table the discussion for today. Good night, everyone.
Hi.
See you tomorrow.
Hush, my precious kittens. Ignore what those fools say. Your mama's strong. Now listen. I promise that she'll stay all healthy and safe. I know exactly what I'll do if the Wolverine's dumb enough to come into view.
The next week, a newspaper article said
That a Wolverine visited a farm.
Now he's dead.
A she-cat dispatched him. The reporter thinks maybe
It had something to do with the cat's new babies.
the moral of this story.
It's self-explanatory.
opinions and options can come from anyone.
But call on a mom to get the job done.